Good evening, Plymouth Regional High School Bobcat football fans out there. We've got a great night. Paul Ferentz and I here are competing with the band in the background, but it's rather loud here. It's going to be a great game tonight. The weather is very good, a little bit humid actually, and it's going to be pretty exciting, Paul. What do you think?
It's a beautiful night, beautiful venue, and a great way to honor and commemorate Nicholas Willett, 11th grader who is lost to this community. The whole community is here tonight, Mike. Plymouth, with all their class, is coming here on a Friday night, change their schedule to honor this young man, and they're going to play football, and it's going to be a memorable event. Is all I can think of, a memorable event. And God bless the parents, grandparents, family, and all the community who are here to support that young man's passing. Yep. Nicholas Willett, yep. Number 55, 2A player.
Yep.
And let's honor him tonight.
It's a statement about who the people from Bow are, and being here tonight, it's going to be a very emotional game, we expect. And I think that the one thing where we all come together in terms of the football players is we're all brothers and sisters in this thing. And we care just as much about what happens to them as our own kids, and we'll be, of course, we'll be trying to win. But it's going to be a tough night, and it's going to be a well-fought battle, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, Mike. I mean, these kids, they all know what this means. They got a lot of heart, and it's an honor to be here, actually. But when you're on the field, in between the lines, they're going to play football. Yeah. And that's the only way to go about it. That's what Nicholas would do. And we're going to have a beautiful night and perfect weather, like you said. That's why we live in New Hampshire, for this fall weather. And it should be a well-played game. Plymouth coming off 2 big wins. This is going to be their first competitive test, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. And Bow got beat in the last 9 seconds of the game by Hanover 2 weeks ago. And, they're a good football team. What we've got tonight is we've got 2 teams that like to control the ball. And it may keep the score down overall. And I think that, the idea is if we got the ball, they haven't. So I think it's just ball control, which Plymouth's been very good at the last 2 games. But as Paul said, Bow, I think, is probably a little bit more competitive than the past 2 teams Plymouth's played.
Well, they're going to be playing with a lot of emotion, obviously. And there's young kids. I don't know how it's going to go. It's just a memorable event. Plymouth is all about ball control for the last 40 years. They'll keep the ball, to grind out 9-minute offensive plays and then score.
I believe there was a guy named Ground Chuck who coached for a number of years.
Yes. Chuck Lanahan put the blueprint together, and it's been successful since.
But I'll tell you what, having coached for Chuck and for Chris, is that we spend a great amount of time on the passing game, so when you need it, it's there. And I think that's proven itself here. First game, the quarterback here was 4 for 6 for 119 yards. And they threw the ball if they needed to against Kingswood, but they didn't need to do that a lot.
Chuck was always good at using whatever weapons he had, and until you stopped him. He ran the play. Yeah. Until you could stop him. He ran whatever he could. And I remember Tyler Lapatito way back when.
Oh, yeah.
You probably coached him.
I did.
And he could throw the ball. Yeah. And so whatever you have in front of you, you got Mike Boyle who running the ball and do whatever. Yeah. But Plymouth is keeping the blueprint intact. Yeah. Ball control is exactly what they would like to do. Yeah. Keep it away from Bow, who's a very competitive team. I think they're coming off a tough loss, a 1-game loss.
Yes. Yep.
But this is going to be the first test for Plymouth, obviously. Mm-hmm.
So last week we saw a great job done by the kicker, Gianni Ciotti.
Yeah.
Because Will the Foot.
Yeah, he was covering for Will Fogarty.
Was out, and
right.
That was pretty good. I spoke with Coach Sanborn about that, and then he's true and blue when it comes to the field goal, the extra point, the short field goal, and the extra point. He's ready.
Did very well.
Yeah. So we're going to see some different things. Coach Sanborn's got quite an arsenal of plays, and he always puts together something a little bit different depending on who he's playing and what they do. I know he spends an awful lot of time breaking down the film and understands what's going on out there defensively for the other team. And Coach Lamb knows offensively what Bo is going to do. Whether he can stop him or not is another question. We'll find that out.
Well, the coaching staff does their homework, as you said earlier, and they are going to find the weakness that whatever team they're playing presents, and they're going to capitalize on their own strengths and see if it works out. And it's going to be a hard-fought game. I don't think there's any gimmies. We're under the lights. It's a first night game for Plymouth. They're in Bo territory, and Bo's playing got to be with a lot of emotion.
Yeah, I think we're going to cut off now and go to the field.
Coach, you have 2-0. Kids look like they're not making a lot of mistakes out there, and there hasn't really been a big test, but how do you explain what's been going on?
Well, better to be 2-0 than 0-2, as you always say. We had a tough preseason. We scrimmaged some tough teams and really got after it. And we went down week 1 down to Pembroke, a team that had a pretty good season last year and got playoff aspirations. And we played pretty well down there. We finally got Eddie Camp back, played just an offense, and that allowed us to move Caden Sanborn back to center, give us some stability on the line. Really played much better up front there, and we played pretty well. Got a pretty big lead, and then got the second group of kids in. But I thought we executed very well. A few things defensively that we're still working on, blitz packages and coverage. Gave some guys too much space and different things, and you got to understand when there's pressure coming, can't give them space to catch the ball. And then last week here we had Kingswood, and we suited everyone up in the program. We did Bobcat Nation Day early because we never know, something might get canceled because of COVID, and thought we might have an opportunity to get them in. So, we got up on Kingswood. We only run 5 offensive plays with our first group, but we got up 21-0. Mason Lassard took an interception back, and then we had a punt return. So it's 35-0. We had all our young kids in, well before the first half, and that was exciting. That's a lot of fun. And then our freshmen had a big, huge goal line stand to end the game. They stripped the ball, so that was pretty exciting for the kids to not give up that score. I think it was 35-6 at the end. Great day for our kids, for our program here. It was exciting to get them suited up. So it's good to be 2-0.
Well, and the other thing, talking about the Kingswood game, you didn't have your first string kicker, who was, I believe, Fogarty was not there, and the kid that came in, Gianni Ciotti, was perfect.
Yeah, Gianni's a great little kicker. I think people don't always understand that we Kingswood was very impressed with that kicker after the game, and I try to say, well, that's our second guy, but he could be a first guy. We count him as a first guy. If Will can't come, Gianni's ready to go, especially on his field goals and PATs. He's dead. He doesn't have the same leg distance on kickoffs Will does, but Gianni's a very good kicker. He's very good at onside kicks. He's great at a lot of things. So we're very solid in that department. We feel very thankful, and we always say the next guy up, and that's a perfect scenario. But again, that's the heart of our season's coming up, the meat of our schedule. We've said right along, we got Bo and Timberlake the following week. And we got in there. You got Kennett, St. Thomas. It's gonna be a dogfight.
Right. It's not a cakewalk for sure. And bringing up Bo, who you're playing tomorrow night at 7:00 at Bo. Of course, they're a pretty good football team. They've had a pretty good program over the years, and playing tomorrow night, we understand there's a little additional emotion there because of one of their players and a little brother who passed away in an unfortunate tragic accident. But I'm sure the Bo kids are going to be flying off the walls, ready to make a point and win.
Yeah, our heart goes out to the Olette family and obviously the whole Bo community, the Bo High School, and especially the team as well. And it's just a terrible situation, and it's just something you never want to experience. And I feel so bad for that family. And we've been talking about it with our kids. And last week we had a moment of silence for them. And we're going down there to play, and it's going to be an emotional night, especially for the Bo community and those kids. And I know Bo lost week 1, so they were already motivated. A game they should have won, getting better, and then they lost a teammate. They're going to be playing very emotional down there Friday night. We know that, and pregame will be a little different with some ceremonies and stuff. But I told our kids, once the game kicks off at 7, we're going to honor this young man by playing the best football we can. These kids had to watch film to prepare, and they could see how good of a player this individual was. Bo's a great team. We've got some great tradition with them since they moved up to Division II. And so it's a great rivalry, and we want to go down there and honor this kid by playing a great game. It's tragic, and that whole heart goes out to those individuals.
So you're looking at your team and looking at, I mean, I've seen some really good play from your corners, particularly your captain Swanson has looked pretty good over there. You seem to be able to contain for the most part. What do you look at in terms of what Bo is going to do offensively? What do you think you need to stop?
Calvin's been playing good at times. We've been disappointed with other times. You know, Calvin sometimes doesn't always focus on his keys. He can be a great player. Sometimes he gets his eyes in the backfield, not on his keys. And Bo's a team that they take advantage of that. You know, go down there. You know, I remember Wes Lambert playing that position, and they're running flood pass on him. We kept hitting the second level. He's not reading his key.
Yeah.
And last time we went down there, we lost 7-6. Same thing. You know, that outside backer not reading their key, and the second level's not covered on that flood. And he's got to be disciplined, and that's something we've been after Calvin since he's got here, about being disciplined on his keys and focus on his role, and he's going to have to execute it.
Well, he's certainly athletic enough. I mean, he looked good on both sides of the ball most of the time, I thought, against Kingswood. So he's got the physicality, and he's got the speed, but like you said, he's got to make sure he's reading the right keys and doing the mental things right.
Yeah, he's running the ball really well on offense. Of course, we were in a couple double handoffs to him, and he didn't score on either one after big long runs, so I've been calling him Leadfoot over there. Got to score the touchdown. But, you know, kid's been playing well. The next guy's up and ready. You know, I think our quarterback offensively has been playing very well. Cross, you know, hasn't made many mistakes. And that's what you're asked for, the quarterback. And, you know, it's a kid that's worked really hard. And I'm just talking about mastering the offense and communicating and not messing up the play call and that kind of stuff. He's worked really hard at that and done a nice job so far. But we haven't faced any adversity yet either. You know, that's the big thing is how do we respond when adversity comes? And then how do we respond if for that next guy's got to go in? You know, someone goes down. Is that next guy ready? That's you know, that's the next thing, and that's what a good team does. You know, that's what it takes to be a team that wants to compete to get in the playoffs.
Offensively, I completely see it, and I tell you, I got extremely excited on that double reverse handoff inside that trap. It was beautiful. It was. I think I could have run through it.
Yeah.
Maybe for only about a yard or two, but I could have got through the hole. So that was great to see. But it appears to me, and I know the offense, and I know you and whatnot, that you're calling a great game, and the kids are doing what they need to do. And I think with Bo, if you can control the ball as you've been doing, it chews up a lot of time in the clock and doesn't give them a chance to put it away.
Yeah, we've done a great job with controlling the clock this year. Both games, we did it with Pembroke. We went down there, first open drive, just ate a lot of clock and scored. And they get the ball back with just a little bit of time left in the first quarter, and that's how we want to play. But you also got to recognize too, that's Bo's game, and Bo is very big. The kids are very thick. They're very physical. It's going to be a little tougher down there, and they're very well coached. And their kids are very disciplined, and they always have been. You know, as we said, the last time we were down there, we lost 7-6, and I thought we played a tremendous game. We were, you know, definitely predicted to get blown out by Bo. I was very impressed with those kids that day. But it was a game we could have won. We let it slip away. 1 2-point conversion, and we knew what was coming and didn't execute. But again, that's a year that everyone counted us out when we made it all the way to the championship game. You know, that was a great group of kids, and I point that out to these kids. That, you know, everyone's counting us out, and they should be. We've lost a lot of kids and don't have much back. And we haven't proven anything yet. A couple wins doesn't mean anything, especially when we get the meat of our schedule coming up. But if we want to do something, we got to get better every week, and we got to be 7-2 to get in the playoffs. If you lose more than 2 games, you're just not getting in.
And I think that you know, in terms of the difference, maybe with Bo is going to be who turns the ball over. Usually that's the case. That tells the story. But I know that the kids right now are doing pretty well handling the ball. I don't see a lot of you know, near misses or anything like that. Everything's pretty solid.
Yeah, we've been making some mistakes, and you know, you get away with them against some teams, and we won't get away with them against the good teams. And those are things we got to fix. That, you know, we did it in the preseason, and we gotten a little better, but we're still making mistakes. It takes 11 guys, and every once in a while we got one guy that's not doing it, and it's just too high of a percentage amount of time that's happening, and that's going to cost you big games. Those big games come down to one play here or there. You know, you look at all the games we've won, beating Kennett last year 21-20. 14-6 in the playoffs. You go down, you know, it's losing down there to Bo 7-6, come down to one play. And that's what you got to understand is teams that want to be playoff calibers, that you gotta play mistake-free football. And I think that's what it's going to come down to Bo. You got to weather the storms. You know, the momentum swings as a team. Can you weather the momentum swing and recover? Some teams can't. You know, when momentum goes against them, they just shut down and lose. Can't do that. You got to weather it and realize the game's far from over. You know, a team you kick off to a team, they take that opening kickoff back. game's not over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's. Remember we went to Rutland, Vermont there back in 2015, and we kicked off to them. They took it to the 3, scored the next play. We're down 7-0, about 7 seconds in the game. And I said to the kids, that's why we're here, boys. That's why we're here, to get better. And we weathered that storm because we went on and blew them out.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. You just got to play an even keel, and it's going to be a little more difficult Friday night with the emotions that are going to be going on down there. But our kids got to understand that that's what's to be expected and what we got to do.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, just had the national anthem, and we're about ready to start the game. The kickoff team, I believe, is out there for Plymouth.
Didn't see who won the toss, Michael. I missed it. But we'll see in a minute what's going to happen.
Well, I don't believe I'd be looking for Dylan Welsh to be out there if we were receiving, and I don't see him.
I don't see him. I want to give a shout out to our fabulous cheerleaders at Plymouth Regional High School under new tutelage. But there's a fabulous group of young ladies working very hard. I know Shiloh Crane and there are a number of them. I can't just mention one, but I will, who are heading up. She's been with the program for 4 years. And they're all here supporting their team, always doing a good job.
No, actually, it looks like Plymouth is going to be receiving, and there is Dylan.
Number 28, Dylan Welch.
Number 20, Calvin Swanson, back with him.
2 horses that Chris Sanborn uses very wisely. And who's...
And whistle blown, and here goes the kick.
It's a squiggler right there.
Middle, and is recovered by number 61, Javon Cador. Smart move. Going to be decent field position to start with, about the 35-yard line.
35-yard line. Cador just smothered it. Plymouth, a great field position starting off, Michael.
And we'll see. They've been trying to control the ball. We'll see what happens here. I'm sure they'll start out with some running plays. That Plymouth offensive line has been pretty good.
I'll tell you what, the bow line looks pretty big right there. Got some big boys on that line.
So we'll see what's happening now. We're going to have our Jay Crowley's going to be split to Plymouth's right. Little different formation. Fullback, halfback, and we got a setback. They may be flip-flopping here.
Curtis Cross under center, running the offense, doing a very good job managing this team. You want to avoid those turnovers. You want to keep control, Mike.
There we go. I'm not sure. The Plymouth and the Bow players are shaking hands, and I think there was something going
ceremonial,
on out there.
yeah. A lot of mutual respect out here. A lot of class by both teams.
Play game against Bobcats is reduced.
Huh.
Another class act by both teams. Another class act by both teams.
No harm, no foul there. So we're looking at...
Curtis got the play now coming in from the sideline from coach. And again, you got Crowley, who's a first-year receiver and doing very well so far, Mike.
He was a good addition coming over from the basketball team.
Making a contribution.
And filling some pretty big shoes with Coach Sanborn's son, who graduated last year.
Trevin, great receiver.
Okay.
First play is a handoff.
Fullback, and he runs into a wall of blue and yellow.
Maybe a yard gain. Stuffed him right there when he got it.
Paula Jones leading the pack for the...
Could be a loss on the play of a yard or half a yard. Trevin Sanborn is doing the duties at center tonight.
So this is where it all gets won and lost, right on the offensive defensive line. That's where in the trenches, that's where games get won and lost. And today will be, it's going to be the same thing.
There's no backing down from Plymouth, as you know, for many years. They are good in the trenches. They're gut tough.
Okay.
They don't back down.
Okay.
Curtis now with one backfield.
No.
Is that the counter?
That was a trap on that, and he picked up, it looks like he might have picked up 5 on that.
Joe Peters, captain.
Carry for the Bobcats.
Good run, gets him out of the hole. 3rd and long, though.
Gain of about 4 brings up
Yeah.
3rd and 6.
Here we go.
Long 6, Michael.
You may see play action here, but it's pretty much going to be a passing down. I'd like to see them get the quarterback outside. Curtis Cross is pretty athletic. Get him outside where he's got options to either throw or to keep it and run. So we'll see what happens here. We got
Crawley wide.
Right. Motion coming to the sideline.
He is back to
Quarterback's
pass.
back, and they run the wheel.
He's
and
got
the wheel's
him.
wide open.
Right off his fingertips. Joe Peters, captain.
Yeah.
Right on a well-thrown ball, right on the fingertips. That's going to work later on. He was wide open.
Well, that's a difficult one to cover because you have a couple of receivers going out that way. You had Jake Crowley takes long. The deep guy gets taken out of the play, and the guy out of the backfield is going to come up the sideline.
That was a beautiful play, though.
And it's very, very difficult to cover. Plymouth's run that for a number of years and been very successful with it.
That was well executed, but now we're going to punt. You got two deep for Bo. High snap, but he gets it off.
Pretty good punt.
Feels it,
Ball's
looking for
down,
some room.
And Plymouth
Escapes the first
he breaks
tackler.
a couple tackles. Looks like he's out to about the...
That was Calvin Swanson, brings him down. Another captain, Cal Swanson, on the punt team. Leaves it for a short gain of about 5-6 yards. So Plymouth's going to go on defense now.
Bo takes over on their 30-yard line. On the right hash over by their sideline. They're coming out. It looks like they've got double tight ends.
From their own 30.
Nobody wide. Okay.
Nice play, stacked up in the middle, but he keeps going. Dragging him along, but not a late whistle, but a whistle.
Well,
Helmet comes off.
we saw this type of offense. That was a straight T that time. And this is what Bo has done in the past. Is they'll pound it between the tackles, and they'll take whatever they can get.
It's a good 6-yard gain, Mike. Second and a long 5, maybe.
Out again that double tight ends with the T backfield. And
Another handoff, looking to go wide.
Corner coming up. That was
not going anywhere. That's
great
Joe
play.
Peters. Coming out of his, oh no, that was Dylan Welch coming off the defensive end. What a great play.
I can guarantee you that the red team has run that in practice all week long. And fake to the fullback and hand off to the backside halfback. And like Paul said, Dylan just sped through there.
Lightning quick strike. He knew what was going to happen. He did not hesitate. And he dropped him for a loss, a good 5-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and long for Bo from their own 30.
Now Bo's in a power eye now. Power eye to the right. And rolls
He's going to
back,
pass.
he sets, he's looking long.
He's got plenty of time.
But Plymouth chases him down. He throws, looks like he threw the ball away, but we have a flag. So I would suspect possibly a holding. Yes.
Tyler Sikowski had him in a bear hug, ready to drop him.
Yeah. Holding.
Number 77.
Holding on Bo, which will take them back further. And they were 3rd and 10.
We could refuse that penalty, no? Make it a 4th down right there.
I believe that's what's going on because they're back to punt.
Yeah,
So
that would be the call. I would think.
Incomplete.
I'm not as knowledgeable in football, Mike,
I know that.
as some people.
I know that.
Semi-knowledgeable. But,
Okay.
But that's a punt.
Back to punt. Good snap. Ball's up.
Oh, almost in on it. Receives it beautifully, looking
And
for
we
the
got a
wall on the right
beautiful
side.
wall. We have a
Dylan
beautiful
Welch going
wall.
down the sideline.
Welch is gone.
He's going to go all the way.
All the way. No
Dylan
flag.
Welch, no hesitation. The wall was set up. What a play, Michael.
The wall was set up perfectly to execution. Dylan's got that speed where he just turned the jets on. He outran a couple guys through the wall, but he took that all the way back.
He was very cautious these first 2 games, played it safe, let the ball drop, caught it and dropped it or whatever. This time he took charge, received it and took off. Great blocking up front, Mike. Well executed punt return for a big 6 for Plymouth early.
We got Will Fogarty ready to kick again.
I think Will's playing soccer right now, but we could make believe.
Well, he's 86, and that's 86 out there, so I doubt if he's playing soccer today.
He had a game, but he's back.
Well, this is a night game.
He's
Probably
double duty. Will the thrill or will the drill? Either way, he is consistent. You know, Gianni could have done it himself.
It's all right. We like to see our number 1 in there.
Way to go, Will Fogarty, showing up after a hard-fought game at Lebanon today. Don't know how they did.
With 8:43 left in the first quarter, Plymouth goes up 7-0, and that was a great run back. And you know, it's going to be mistakes and special teams. You know, they generally have a huge impact on the outcome of the game.
Special teams, you're right. You can run your offense, but special teams, turnovers, those are big factors, and Plymouth right away takes advantage. Mike Boyle's the special teams coordinator, set that up, and it paid off big. Dylan Welch with a great run. Will the thrill. Fogarty is going to be kicking off. Hopefully he puts it in the end zone. Plymouth off to a great start, Mike. 7-zip on a Friday night.
Well, you know, it's big plays like that that have an impact on the other team. But you know, I don't see you're going to see Bo fold up at all. They're going to come right back at it.
I agree.
It was one play.
I agree.
And we'll see what happens. But I think Bo will.
There's a good boomer.
Yeah, he's back to
back
5.
down to 22. Looking to go down the right side.
Yep.
Cups up the middle. He's got room. He gets tackled right there, looking to get the ball, but he makes it to the 30-yard line, Mike.
We got
a good return.
4 Bobcats on the tackle. I think we had Matt Cleary was in there.
That's a good return. Puts him in good position at the 30. Bo to generate some offense now. Try to get back that 7 points they just gave up.
There's a hold on Bo on the kick return, so that'll put them back. And unfortunately, you know, for Bo, these kinds of things, you know,
they're not going to.
They don't get the field position, and they start out behind the 8 ball. So.
Well, they're playing with a lot of emotion, as you can imagine, and they have a formidable opponent in Plymouth, and so they got their work cut out for them. But
okay, so we're 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line of Bo, and they've changed up their formation just a little bit. Quarterback reverse pivots, hands off, first guy through, maybe
no
got
good.
a yard.
Stacked them up. A lot of defense there. Last off the ground is right there, number 50. That's Jeffrey Lyford holding his ground, making a good tackle for a small gain of 1, maybe 2 yards, Mike.
Looks like 1. We got 2nd and 9. And the offensive and defensive line for Plymouth, they're no little guys. They got pretty good size as well, and they're pretty athletic. So.
Well, you saw that in the Dover scrimmage. They held their ground, and they're only going to get better. Another one up the middle. Short gain. There goes the whistle, but just a few yards, Mike. You noticed that in the Dover scrimmage.
Yeah.
That they held their ground. It was hard for Dover and their D1 to run on Plymouth, and these guys are only going to get better.
Yeah. I think that
Statowski's coming out, big number 77. 61 is in Javon Kador.
Well, I'm not sure that Bo can go wide on Plymouth. Their corners have pretty good speed.
Well, we saw Dylan Welsh shut that down.
And you got Swanson on the other side.
Exactly. I don't know who's faster than those two guys on the field. Is he back to pass? Yes, he's keeping it. Looking downfield. He's got room. He's going to get tackled in the backfield for a big loss, Mike.
I'll tell you, when there's good coverage in the secondary, it's tough to throw the football. And the Bobcats in the secondary have done well. They're young and in terms of experience, and that makes a huge difference. These kids have stepped up, and they did a great job on that play. But that's one spot Coach Sam
could have been Jeffrey Lyford again. I couldn't get the number.
No.
Bo's going to punt now, Mike. Trying to get a deep one.
Punt's good, then it's a short
Calling
kick,
for a fair catch.
and that's a great job. And we
Well
may
done
see
right there. No, it didn't need a flag.
Well, he made contact. He was right up in his
He was
grill.
giving him a hug, Mike.
Yeah, well, that's
Just
okay.
a little hug for a nice catch.
That's one of the situations where a hug is inappropriate.
Dylan very wisely calls for the fair catch. He knows he's going to get good field position, so he decides to catch it so it won't bounce away. Yeah. And Plymouth is set up again on offense, Mike, inside Bow territory, with yards to come.
And I'll tell you, catching the ball like that by Dylan, that was a great effort in his part, because that's a difficult one. And when it comes out of the lights, sometimes it makes it even tougher. But he did a great job handling
I agree.
that.
We don't play night games usually. Gracious of Plymouth to concede to play this night game for Bow and honor their.
We got a personal foul against Bow that sets them back again. So
hugging.
Plymouth is
15 yards hugging. Wow.
First down at the Bow 22.
Offense starts on the 22, Michael.
We've got.
You go right for the end zone here. What do you do?
We're split wide to the right with Jake Crowley. Quarterbacks looking to the sideline. They're missing somebody.
We got a timeout
Oh,
here.
they're missing their football.
Oh, we got the passing ball out there now. That could be a difference.
So we'll see. I mean, I like Crowley one-on-one out here. I'm not familiar with the D-back.
Well, the play to Peters, right off his fingertips, wide open.
Yeah.
But he could run it. We got some good runners back there. Ciotti's back there, I think.
We got our single back.
Number 24.
Two wings. We got motion coming
There
this
goes
way.
Dylan. He is back to pass. Looking long. He sees him right there, misses him on the run.
Well,
that's a shame.
He in the exchange, the fake, he ran into the other running back.
Doesn't set his feet up.
Well, he didn't really have time. He was kind of scrambling then.
That was Brock Tanner right there waiting for it. Wide open, nobody near him, Mike.
Yeah, threw behind his man, but that's okay. No harm, no foul. They lost it down, but they've got good field position.
We're from the 22-yard line still. I think Will the Thrill Fogarty should be sharpening up on the sideline if possible, depending on what we do here.
We got Crowley coming wide to the right.
Joe Peters in the slot. He's dangerous. He's in motion now. It goes to Joe. Tries to turn it upfield. He's cutting it back. Big yards, Michael. Almost to the. He might have gotten a first down.
That was a great run. He
cut it back.
Peters on the carry for the Bobcats.
Beautiful play, and the chains are moving, Mike.
And I'll tell you, it's going to be a distraction to the other team not knowing who's who, because all these guys are about 5'8" and 155 pounds, and there's about 6 of them.
But they play big.
But
they play big.
They're quick. They run hard, and I tell you, the type of offense they're running is perfect for guys like these guys we have out there.
They hit that line. You give him a little opening, and he takes off. That was a big gainer. First down.
And
There's a handoff going up the middle. Nope, got cut short right there.
That was the full back to the right.
That was Ciotti.
To drive.
Anthony, who has been a workhorse, especially that first game. Almost a 100-yard gain that first game they had down at Pembroke. So it's going to be second and still 10. I think they're from the 12-yard line, Michael.
Okay, I believe so. They're in double tight formation here with a wing to the right. I wouldn't be surprised to see a pitch the fullback.
Pitch right there. He's going to Ciotti going himself.
And he's in for 6.
Holy cannoli. What a great run by Anthony Ciotti, number 24. Takes it in off a couple good blocks on the line, Michael.
So they tossed it right.
12 yards in.
And Ciotti took it through. And Plymouth Bobcats are looking pretty good right here.
What a start. What a start to this game.
Well, I think there's probably something to the level of excitement and energy coming off the Bow team. They're jumpy out there. They're making a few mistakes here and there that's hurting them. But I don't think this is over by far.
The kick is good, but you're right. The Bow has shot themselves in the foot with the penalties.
Yeah.
Put yourself 15 yards back on the penalties alone have put him at peril.
Yeah.
And Plymouth takes advantage of those situations. That's what they do.
Yeah. So it's 14-0 with 4:52 left in the first quarter, and thus far it's been all Plymouth. But like I said, Bo's got a pretty good, strong team, and they barely lost to Hanover in the first game of the season. So I expect that we're gonna see more from them tonight.
No, Friday night at home. This is what they were. This is what you want. And Bo's a good team. They got a lot of class. This is what they want, and they're showing up. We got a lot of game left, Michael. But Plymouth is certainly well prepared. From all indications, they are well prepared right now, playing well within themselves, and it's paying off. 14-zip right now.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things innovated, I've been around for a while, but Huddle, H-U-D-L, is a program where anybody, players, coaches, anybody can study past games, practices, etc. So they can really get a chance to look at what the other team is doing and look at themselves to see what they're making for mistakes. And Fogarty's coming to kick the ball now.
Will the drill, a squibbler. It's picked up around the 30.
Ooh.
Making some yards there, big boy. Gets it up to the 35. Puts him in good offensive position.
Looked like number 40 decleated Landon Fogg. Took a good hit, but he popped right back up. And we're looking at 1st and 10 for the Falcons on their 35-yard line.
Trying to generate a little offense. Got to answer this 14 points Plymouth has put up. If they don't have any penalties, we'll see how the offense works here. Handoff off tackle. Good yards right there, Michael.
Well, that's kind of a power backfield where he just followed up through the guard and the tackle, the
7 yards, 2nd and 3.
fullback, and just went straight ahead. And I think that's what they've got to do. And I do think going more towards the tackler end is going to be more successful in trying to go up the middle.
I think that was our Tyler Dukatowski, number 52. Usually wears 55, but in honor of the Willett young man, he's wearing 52 tonight. He made that tackle.
Yeah. So here we go again.
Another one.
Like it's going to be a first down.
Yep, good run there.
And again, they went over the offensive tackle, be the tackle in the end, and I think that's where they've got to run if they want to grind it out like they're showing that they're doing right now.
Captain Eddie Camp right there to meet him. Got a little help, but Eddie Camp right there. Joe Peters helped out, and they're moving the chains in Bo, which is what they want to do now. They get back. They're 14 in the hole.
Okay, Bo has got a set man out to the right. Actually, they're twins to the right and tight end left, and they're eye in the backfield.
Their own 47-yard line. He's back. Quick handoff. He finds a spot.
Same thing.
Number 45 makes a good run there.
And actually, it's an offset backfield, and gives the fullback.
That's Ryan Lover.
Gets the fullback the opportunity to get out in front of the running back. So they're just pounding the ball.
Good yardage. 2nd and 5. Now into Plymouth territory. Defense has got to stiffen up. They like the old bend but don't break defense.
Okay, say we got a slot right split.
There it goes to number 2.
The back.
Looking to go wide. He cuts it back. He's going to get another first down, Mike.
He leaped sideways, made a great effort, and we're looking at another first down.
That's Logan Gordon. Really good one. Good run there.
Well, Coach Lamb may be looking at doing something on the corners when he sees this coming up. Haven't seen anything in terms of any kind of fakes or special plays. It's pretty much smash mouth over the tackle.
Another first down for Bo. They're on the move from the Plymouth 40. Knocking on it. Going to stick with the quarterback keeper.
Captain. I think he missed the handoff on that.
It looked like it.
Yeah.
Downed at the 40, no gain. Busted play. I think you're right. That was busted play, Mike. Looked like it. Quarterback for Bo, number 12, Alexander, is a senior, Mike, so he's got some experience.
So we're 2nd and 10 from the Plymouth 40-yard line. Bobcats need a big play right now. I think Bo probably is a I don't know, a better running team than passing. Not that they can't pass, but now we're in the T-backfield with split end to the right. Now he's coming in double tights.
Looks like a running play.
They're going to pound this ball. And Bo takes a timeout.
Bo timeout. This is important to them right here. You want to keep this drive, offensive drive, sustain it and see if you can, you got to get some points on the board eventually.
Yeah.
Be nice if they can answer in this first quarter.
Yeah.
Down 14-0.
Well, I think the other thing, you got to keep the ball away from Plymouth. They have too many weapons. I think you got Dylan Welsh, who's got great speed. You've got all those other Eddie Ciotti and some of the other guys, and it's just there's too many kids that can break away and make things happen.
Yeah, the offense has been looking good. They got a number of running backs who have been contributing any given day. And again, Plymouth has shown a passing game. So you got to be on your toes. But Bo is, you're right, better off with the Bo offense on the field. And Plymouth defense got to stiffen up here. Big timeout for Bo, 2nd and 10. See if they can figure something out here, keep the drive alive.
So 1:29 left in the first quarter. 2nd and 10, Plymouth 40-yard line.
2 wideouts, Michael.
Go twins right. Got your fullback and your offset tailback. Oop.
Right there up the middle. He's met head on. Big play there by number 54, Eddie Camp, the captain. Held his ground and stuffed it. No gain, Michael. Great play by Eddie. Held his ground. Probably lost a little on that.
It looks like he stopped the kid. It's Miles Reinhardt. He's a senior, 6'1", 196 pounds. There's no slouch. He's a big kid. Runs hard. And,
met him head on. Eddie Camp, head on. 3rd and long, Michael. This is a big play here.
Eddie Camp has worked hard and gotten better every single year.
Since freshman year, I agree.
Okay. All right, we're looking at twins to Plymouth's right. And again, that offset.
First time with this formation.
And
he's going to hand it off. He goes right up the middle, chugging away, but he's not going to get the first down, but could be 4 down territory, Mike.
Absolutely.
Helmet comes off down there on Eddie Camp, number 54, sticking his nose in there. Jeffrey Lyford going in. I think you have to come off when your helmet's off. Is that true?
Yes, you do for a play.
Yeah,
yep.
All right. So Lyford replaces Eddie Camp. 4th down and about 4. We're at the Plymouth 33-yard line. It's a big play, Michael.
Well, if they ran the exact same play again, I think they'd probably get the first down. They're able to generate some power.
They're moving the ball. You're right. The line's moving the ball. But Plymouth, bend but don't break right here. 2 wideouts.
Oop, we got whistle on the play.
Too much time, maybe. They don't always keep that kind of 30-second time. They should. They're taking a while. What's the call here?
Legal procedure on Bo, which
terrible penalty.
Them back.
That makes it tough.
Now we're looking at 4th down, but we're still in 4-down territory.
They got to move that stick.
It was unfortunate. I think you got to see a pass play now. Coach for Bo has called his 2nd timeout. Or I'm sorry, that's the end of this first quarter. So
there you go. First quarter, 14-zip. Plymouth in the lead, taking control on a Friday night at Bo. And we're going to be right back.
So starting the second quarter, 14-0 Plymouth. And
Bo looking to get a first down. They just penalized themselves.
They're 4th and about 9.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. But again,
well, they have twins to Plymouth's left, and they have a slot.
So they got 3 receivers to their right, Plymouth left. So we're going to see what comes out of here. But I wouldn't be surprised if you saw some kind of crossing pattern.
See how mobile the quarterback is. We've already sacked him more than once.
Yeah.
The line's going to be fired up here. We're right there. He is backed up to pass.
There's in the
flat, and he drops it.
And he had nothing but green grass, I'll tell you. That was a great call.
Ryan Lover, 11th grade.
Yeah.
195-pound running back. Wishes he had that back, because you're right, he had a lot of field.
Yeah, they cleared that area out with the trips.
Good for them for going for it, but they give it up on downs, Michael. Plymouth takes over in their own territory at the 40. And Curtis Cross gets to play. Heading on in now, lead the troops. Doing a great job this year. A great leader on that field. Crowley out wide.
Okay. Fullback
Quick handoff right there. Looks like Ciotti had the last touchdown run for a good 12 yards. Picks up 4 or 5 there.
I think it's more like 2 or 3. No, it is.
Oh.
That was a terrible spot, right?
Terrible spot. What are they doing?
We said it was 4. They put him at 2. You know.
Second and a long 8. Plymouth from their own 41-yard line in the second quarter, leading 14-0.
And they're coming out. They're tight here with power to their left. Now they're flipping-flopping the other side. And
quick one there, quick hitter.
Dive, but
wow, stuffed him right away.
Yeah, right on the line of scrimmage.
Stuffed him right away for maybe a yard gain.
So we're looking at 3rd down and about 9.
A long 8. Curtis coming in with the play. Chris Sanborn looking over the defense that Bo's presenting, trying to figure out how to break them. Big play here from our own 40, Michael.
Well, we'll probably either see a play action waggle, which is a great pass play with
maybe that counter. I like that counter trap. There goes Peters. He is back to pass.
Oh boy.
Sets it up. It's intercepted. Bo's going down the sideline, number 64. Clear path. He doesn't get in. A great tackle by Curtis. Curtis Cross takes him out.
Curtis Cross reached back to throw, and as he's going to throw, his arm got hit.
Bo inside the 20. It looks like they're at the 11-yard line.
56 intercepted the ball and took it down to, it looks like, first and 12.
That's going to bring a lot of excitement to the Bo team. And they have an opportunity now, Michael, inside the 15-yard line. Curtis could not set his feet, and he got hit when he threw it. Gets back up and makes the tackle, though, Michael. He's always in the game. Prevents a touchdown from Bo. That was Hollis Jones, a guard and linebacker, picked that pass off and took it down. Sideline, and it's going to be a
timeout for Plymouth.
Timeout Plymouth right here.
Timeout Bobcats.
Well, this is a good call because they're going to take the momentum and shut it down for a couple of seconds here to let Plymouth regroup. Bo right now is riding high with that great defensive play, and they're inside the red zone, and Plymouth wants to probably slow things down a little bit to figure out what they're going to do. I believe we're going to see Bo just pound the ball off tackle as they've done before, which has been successful.
Well, you talked about it earlier. It's special teams and turnovers, and Plymouth presents an opportunity now for Bo to get on the board before the half. Down 14-0. Plymouth, stellar game up until this first mistake. But give Curtis Cross credit. Got back up and made the tackle, preventing that touchdown. After throwing that interception. Bo has to take advantage of this, Mike. This is an opportunity right here. 2 out wide.
Well, what they do by spreading it out, too, is they don't get those defensive backs. They take them out of the play and just go with the power.
Little trap is not going anywhere.
A trap, and Eddie Camp came across and snuffed that.
That was Caden Sanborn, number 64.
I believe
Coming off the line, number 64, Caden Sanborn.
I thought it was 50.
Playing with a lot of enthusiasm right now. Junior year for Caden. Very knowledgeable, high IQ in football. Tyler Stokowski, number 77, is in. Big loss on the play, Michael. It'll be second and about 14, it looks like. Maybe 15.
They've got a power eye to their left, our right.
That was a great defensive play. We'll see if we could do it again.
And the
quarterback keeps it.
He's around the corner.
He's getting run down. He's got a man in the end zone. Did he catch it?
No, incomplete.
Dark down there, Michael.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Threw that away. He was going to get run down, and
he was open.
I can't see who was running him down though, but the defensive line broke through. Makes it third and still 14, 15 yards, Michael. Knocking on the door, but so far,
well, I'm a little surprised that Bo
no progress.
That Bo didn't stick with their power running, because they've been successful with that.
You'd think 3 in a row, pound it, 4 yards a clip. Do the math. Big third down here, Michael. See the Plymouth defense hold up here. Bo from the 15-yard line, knocking on the door to get on the scoreboard.
Bo has trips to our left, their right, with a single back.
He's back to pass, Mike.
And he throws back.
A little dump over there.
And
runs into his own man.
No. He got tackled by one of our guys right there. Number 20, Captain Calvin Swanson. Not fooled at all.
No, did not take the bait, held his ground, and showed up big. Calvin Swanson, great captain, great quiet leader.
Yeah. Not really a bad call, but you got to sell it a little bit better than that. And number 80 just kind of backed out there and was fairly obvious. And,
in 3 plays, Michael, they lost 8 yards. Yeah. The Bo offense is not generating what they hoped. Well, Plymouth defense is showing up tonight.
As we said before, Coach Lamb has got these guys dialed in, so they know where to go and where to be, and it's a matter of being able to do it. And
another 4th down, looking to get some chains moving. This is a big play.
They got a single back in the backfield, looking trips to Plymouth's left. Quarterback's got motion, number 2 coming in.
We're staying with him. He's back to pass. He's looking.
He's crossed the field.
He's got no one there. He's going to get hit.
And
a shuffle pass is no good.
Well, he tossed that underhand, so that's an incomplete pass. But number 2 came motioned in, and he came across the backside of the defensive secondary, and Plymouth picked him up pretty quickly. That was a great play, because those are hard to cover.
Tried to get it to number 45, but it was to no avail. They are in disarray right now, losing a lot of yards. They're lucky that wasn't a fumble.
The Falcons declined. The result of the play is a first down for the Bobcats.
That was Ryan Lover. Could not manage it. They're having a hard time with the Plymouth defense, Michael.
So Plymouth is back with the ball. Looks like it's on their 15-yard line.
You're right. Coach Lamb has got this defense dialed in.
And
they are anticipating every play. We got 8.5 minutes to the halftime. Curtis Cross in with the play. And if there's anything to be said for ball control, they will keep the ball till half. That's the Plymouth way. Let's see what they got here. Crowley out to the left. Got to be patient here, Michael.
Got a double setbacks, fullback motion coming this way, and it's
he gave it to him.
He's got it around the corner.
That's Calvin. Okay. He's going to get some yards.
Okay. He's going to be just, well, let's see.
Picked up some yards.
He may have gotten a first down. Close, maybe just inside.
Second and a long 3 or 4. Good run by Cal Swanson, captain, playing great defense, double duty.
They run that speed sweep very, very successfully a lot of the times, and they have so many other things they can do off it, so it's hard. They run the play the same way, but they do different things with it. And sometimes it'll be the fullback, sometimes it's going to be play action pass, sometimes it's going to be the speed sweep. And Plymouth again, we got Crowley split out to Plymouth right, and we got our double wings and our single fullback motion.
There goes Welch.
And there's the fullback up the middle, and he gets
Stuffed. Bo was not fooled on that play, Michael. Good defense right there. Lost a yard or two. So it's going to be a little third and a testy 4 yards. It's going to be a big play here, Michael, so you don't have to give up possession. You want to move those chains.
I'm not sure, the speed sweep, I'm not sure if Bo can shut that down. We've got kids that are just pretty quick, and they run that pretty well. I mean, you got to figure a kid's already got speed going before he gets the ball, so he's got kind of a head start.
Welch is here, going to run the jet sweep if I had a guess. See if you could beat him to the corner. Big third down, Michael. There he goes. Doesn't give, he's back to pass. He's going long down the sideline. Out of bounds.
Yeah, he was covered well.
Over the head.
He was covered well.
They went for a lot on that play. Big fourth down now. We got to punt it away. See who's punting for us.
Parker Eastman, I believe, is the punter.
Yep. Backup quarterback Parker. Be a good time for a fake. What do you think?
Like I said last week, I'll play you anytime.
You're up 14. What are you going to lose?
Well, field position. You don't make
or you get a first down.
Yeah.
All right, Parker, hold on to it. Take your time and get a good one off. Logan Gordon is back to receive.
Timeout for Bo. Bo
along with Owen Girton.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bo tries to block this. 7:25 left in the half. 4th and 5. If Bo could block this, it'd be a great thing for them.
Plymouth defense doing their job tonight. Caden Sanborn with a big sack. Coach Lamb, like you said, these kids are right on it with the defense. Well, Plymouth has 3 guys blocking right in front of Parker. So I don't know how many guys you could send and get away with it.
Well, you know, the thing is that where he's kicking from.
Parker can throw the ball, just so you know.
Yeah.
He's got a good arm.
But they're on the 24-yard line. So even if they let him kick it, you know, our kicker is going to get maybe 30 yards on the kick, 35 at the most. He's done a good job. He's got a decent foot. He could use some work probably on his steps and form, but he's done a nice job so far this year.
Logan Gordon, number 2.
Good snap. Punts up. Nice punt.
Ball.
He got a turnover down to the 40, and there was no fair catch. 2 Bobcats right on him.
It's a brave play.
Calvin Swanson and Dylan Welsh.
Logan
right
Gordon
there.
trying to make something happen.
So,
didn't call for a fair catch, and he holds on to possession. They take over from their own 40. 42-yard line, not bad.
So it was about a 30.
7 minutes and 18 seconds, Michael.
Yeah, about 30. It was about a 30-yard punt with no return, and that's the key. The punt is one thing. The return yardage is the other thing, and Plymouth had that covered very, very well. So we're looking at Bo taking the ball over, 1st and 10 on their 42-yard line.
Have yet to score. They're being shut out this first half.
And they've gone
they
back.
Desperately want to get on the scoreboard.
They've gone back to their tee backfield.
Right there. That's the power play forward, like you were asking for earlier.
Yeah. Well, Plymouth took themselves out of it a little bit because Coach Land often has his line jump, and that causes the other team to jump offside. And he did that time, but what it did is kids weren't in balance and they were off the line, so it didn't pay off that time.
Good gain, good 4 or 5 yard gain almost. 2nd from their own 42.
And it's the right
Coming
back.
off again.
Nice job. He picked up maybe 1.
I think they're Jeffrey Lyford again, number 50. Right on it. Good job, Jeff.
Jeff is a great kid. He's a kid that I spent a lot of time with on and off the field, and just a real class act. Quiet,
Yep.
leader by his actions, and he's gotten better as Eddie Camp, year after year, and he's looking pretty good out there.
Big third down here, Mike. Third and a long 4. Looking to get into Plymouth territory.
Straight
right
ahead.
there up the middle. He's going to get it, Michael.
He did.
That's a first down right there for Bo.
Into Plymouth territory, about the 46.
Good power run. They're going to move those chains. Bo's on the move. Approaching just under 6 minutes.
Owen Girton on the carry, picks up the first down for the Falcons.
I like their power running, Michael, but they abandoned it when they're on the 12-yard line.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's working for him now. First down, Plymouth territory. Bo's on the move. Right there
Quarterback
again.
running the option, running very, very well run.
Wide open down the sideline. He got tripped up. What a great tackle. Let me see who that was. I can't see from here. It looks like 20.
Miles Reinhardt on the carry, picks up the first down.
Yeah, 26 right there. Brock Tanner saves us 6 points.
That was a
big tackle by Brock Tanner.
Very well educated.
Takes him on one-on-one and drops him. Another first down though, Michael. Met in the backfield right there, going nowhere. Good defense.
That tackle was number 80, Brandon Newman. Neiman, another tough kid, not big but tough. Loves the game of football. I don't hold it against him. He's a New York Jets fan, but so that Plymouth needs to watch that option. That was very well run by the quarterback and the halfback.
Second down, 10 yards, no gain on that play. From the Plymouth 30, Bo trying to get on the board. Another quick one there. He gets some yards. He gets pulled back.
Well, and again, Plymouth jumped on that. And
Ryan Lover, big number 45.
And they're not drawing Bo off. So they've they softened that defense up on the line.
He's got a big 5 yards on that one, Mike.
On that. So we're looking at 3rd and 5.
Gets the ball to the
big play here, but again, 4th down territory, obviously.
3rd and 6.
Plymouth defense got to stand tall here. 3rd down.
We're in a power eye now to the
long
Plymouth
5.
Right. Fullback and tailback. And
right there, the big number 45.
There it is. They're pounding the
Going
ball.
to get that first down.
I think that's their ticket. I think that the power eye going either way.
Moving the chains, Michael.
Well, they've got some big kids on the line, and they've got some big backs. And,
gets to the line quickly, finds that little crack opening, rumbles for a good 4 or 5 yards for the first down.
And again, they're not going up the middle. They're going towards the tackle and the
sector on Plymouth's 20-yard line, Mike. 3 minutes before the half. Bo knocking on the door from the Plymouth 20-yard line, trying to get on the scoreboard.
They're in their power eye to the right this time, Plymouth left. And we've got first man through, got it.
Wow, they're still moving the pile.
Straight
Where's
drive.
the whistle?
And then what happens is you've got the tailback that just runs in the back of the pile and pushes it. So that was another
it looks like Ryan Lover doing the bulk of the work right now. Running back for Bo, Ryan Lover doing a good job. It's a big gain of about 6-7 yards. Knocking on the door, Michael.
Well, I think that the coach has figured he's going to just pound it, which is what he probably should have done the first time around. But, you don't know.
Again, he does it.
That's backside fullback.
There's a whistle.
His backs went to the left.
Almost down to the 10-yard line. Not a first down, though. Looks like third. Caden Sanborn looked like he was in on that tackle.
Third and 2.
And big number 50, Jeffrey Leifert, having a good night.
Again, 3rd and 2. This is a big play. If Plymouth can stop them here, then it comes down to 1. Plymouth is coming, and they actually
right there. They got it.
They blitzed the right hole.
Was there a fumble? No fumble.
No, but the linebacker.
Caden Sanborn again, right there.
Well, but
with number 80.
Number 80 was
Brandon
blitzing.
Neiman.
He blitzed the correct hole, and he met the guy in the back.
Good call by Tom Lamb,
a good
defensive coach. Good play there. Big play here now, Michael. 4th and about 3. Long 3. Plymouth hunkering down from their 12-yard line. This is where they were before, and they couldn't score. You pass here or you run it. Looks like a run.
Well, they ran the option. He pitched it out. They fumbled it. Plymouth takes him down, and Plymouth stops him.
Unbelievable.
Well, they went to that option again, and the option's a little more difficult to run when you get into the short distances, when there's not a lot of room. And the quarterback,
Dylan Welch, did not give up his position, Michael.
The quarterback got rushed on that and didn't make a good pitch. Running back dropped the ball.
Dylan stayed home and covered it. What a big play by the defense. Tom Lamb has got these guys tuned in. Excellent job. Dylan Welch, Johnny on the spot, stuffs it. Quarterback could have picked it up. It was still alive. Good job by Dylan Welch. Plymouth takes over right now. Looks like 39 seconds, Michael. Could take a knee on this, couldn't he?
He could.
If he wanted to. 15-yard line. It's been a hard-fought game. We had a special teams return.
Yeah, well, I think Bo's got one more timeout.
Plymouth takes a timeout right here, Michael.
Okay.
39 seconds.
Okay, and I think that's a smart move by the coach and staff. Coach Sanborn, take that timeout and
no
say,
mistakes.
listen, guys, we got 39 seconds. We go in at halftime up 14-0.
No mistakes.
So let's make sure everybody holds on to the ball, both hands on the ball, and take your time getting up. Let the clock tick-tock, and we get out of this. Because Plymouth has not had great field position in the second quarter. Bo's done a good job pounding the ball. It's almost like they're not hitting on all cylinders.
I think if you've had good ball control, we've had the majority of the offensive plays, and we had the one special teams by Dylan Welch, ran it down the sideline for 6, got us on the board, broke the ice. And then Ciotti up the middle for 12. But you're right, it's been hard fought, and Bo's been knocking on the door, but Plymouth defense stands tall. They're not giving it up.
And I think that the secondary for Plymouth has done a great job in their coverage. And if there was any place that looked like it needed some work, it would be that position. But these kids have stepped up.
Looks like Bo's expecting a pass play. They're all deep. 15 yards off the ball. He does roll back. Throws it
screen
across.
Pass back. It's a
We're
screen.
going up the sideline. He's got room. That looked like a.
Is that
Dylan Welch? Dylan Welch going through the gates like he's on a ski slope. Beautiful run. That was a good call, a good play. Move the chains. They're out of the hole now. Up to the 40, 39-yard line of Plymouth. Knocking on the door, 24 seconds.
Bo's gone into a prevent defense. They've got 4 deep safeties. The linebackers are off the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be a run.
Plymouth's running it.
Picking his way.
And they get up to Plymouth 45.
Richie, that was
24.
Ciotti. Anthony Ciotti. Down to 11 seconds.
And coach calls a timeout on that.
Might as well use them if you have them. What do you do from here, Michael? Throw one down there? Why not?
Yeah, possibly.
Why not?
But you know what you might see, too, is you might see the wheel where the guy out of the backfield up the sideline. That's been successful for him, and it's really
Joe
hard
Peters,
to cover.
right off the fingertips.
Very hard to cover.
Wide open.
But it will most likely be the last play, and if it's not a touchdown.
11 seconds. Plymouth, not the most comfortable lead, 14-zip, but a well-earned 14 points. Bo scrambling and just can't, once they're knocking on the door, they can't push it through, Michael. Even that power play, we stuffed them. .45-yard line of Plymouth. 11 seconds left. Knocking on the door if they want to bother throwing a long one. See who they have out there. Haven't thrown to Jay Crowley yet.
Nope. Crowley is split to Plymouth's left.
Yep, Jay Crowley out here wide. He could take a knee. It wouldn't be a problem, would it?
No, but you like to try some things in certain situations.
He is. He's going to throw.
And he's got
on the sideline through the hands, but he would have been out of bounds anyway.
So, but it does stop the clock. One more play. So, and that was
the Brock Tanner.
Brock, is that Brock?
I think if he caught it, number 26, Brock Tanner. But if he caught it, I think he was out of bounds.
He was.
We're down to 7 seconds, and it's second down from our own 45.
Looks like a penalty on the play, probably a holding penalty. They're stepping off 15 here.
So we're taking a knee now, huh? I would. I don't know a lot about football, don't get me wrong.
Second down.
But I'm thinking a knee right here would be okay. Caden Sanborn on center. Crowley out right. 7 seconds. He is going to roll out and look to throw.
Screen again.
Throws it back.
Calvin Swanson.
Calvin Swanson looking to pick his way down the sideline. It's unbelievable. He's got a little room. Almost a first down, Michael.
It was a great block by number 50.
Yeah, that was a good block by Jeffrey Lyford. He's having a good game.
Jeff Lyford.
That's halftime right now.
Picture perfect block by Jeff. He got down under the guy's letters, pushed him up, pushed him back out of the way. It was a great block. And it was a good play. It just wasn't a touchdown. So we're going to take a little break here at halftime and let everybody go get something, chips to eat, and we'll be back. Second half of the game between the Plymouth Bobcats and the Bow Falcons. It was a good first half for Plymouth. Bow, though, a 14-0 game. You mentioned it earlier that it might very well be a low-scoring game. I think that the Bow coach is coming up with an offensive approach. When he went with the power I left and right, they seem to be very effective with that. And I think if they can do that but put it across. But Plymouth's defense has stepped up, Paul. If
this half has been one word, it's defense. Twice Bo is on inside the 15-yard line, Michael, with nothing to show for. And that's a credit to the Plymouth defense. Like you said, Tom Lamb has got his crew. Yeah. They're all tuned up. They're ready. Yeah. They anticipate it. And the other thing is the mistakes. Bo's made some critical mistakes.
Yeah.
Plymouth takes advantage of those. Yeah. That's why you're up 14-0. But the game's not over. Bo's going to come out fired up. Their coaching staff makes any adjustments. We're going to have a ball game. Plymouth kicking off with Will the Thrill.
Ready to kick off for the Bobcats.
I think Joe Peters is down, Michael. I don't see him on the field, so that's a big loss for Plymouth. He could have an injury.
Fogarty with the kick.
Nice one. Deep.
Down inside the 10.
It's number 2, their speedster, going right up the middle. Wow.
He's met right at the 30-yard line.
Great tackle there. I think that was Luke Bassenwaite, if I'm not mistaken, number 11.
Yes, I believe it was.
30.
Logan Fogg was in on that one, but Luke Bassenwaite, number 11, backup quarterback. Big, strong young man with a lot of speed. Right there on special teams. That's where you learn your craft.
Okay.
Bo taking over from their 30, Michael. They got to generate some offense here. Nothing to show for in this first half because Plymouth defense has stood tall.
So they split wide right with 2 backs at offset tailback. And they give to the tailback. He gets a couple yards, but big number 77, Stokowski, came across and put the final hit on him.
Logan Gordon, no gain on that play, Mike. Well, what'd they do? Give him a yard?
Maybe. Yeah, looks like a yard or less.
Another miss mark.
Yeah.
We saw one earlier, didn't we?
Yes, absolutely.
Plymouth defense standing tall so far tonight. Holding Bo scoreless in the first half, looking to do it again.
So Bo is back to their power offense with the T in the backfield and double tight ends. And Plymouth made the shift, but Bo hasn't gone for it. Straight dive ahead, but met right there. I don't think he got anything on that one either, maybe a little bit.
That's Matt Cleary, number 19.
And number
playing
50.
linebacker, stuffed it right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, and we had Jeff Lyford, number 60, also was on the bottom of that.
He's having a big night. Jeffrey Lyford with a big night. Just a 2 or 3 yard gain. Going to be 3rd and long, Mike. 3rd and long from the 34-yard line. Bo has got to figure out this defense. They haven't yet.
Bo now has 2 wings and a single back. And running their version of the speed
Back
option.
to pass.
Play action. Quarterback throws the
He's got
football.
a man there and it's caught.
And it was a great
Held
catch.
down. Great defense right there.
Well, great catch by number 14.
Curtis Cross playing defense right on him.
Benjamin Berube pulled that in.
Nice play by Bo. Good catch. Good offensive series. They're moving the chains. Keeping the offense on the field. Trying to get into Plymouth territory from their own 46-yard line. Curtis Cross with defense right there. Thought he was going to break it up.
Parker Eastman is in for Joe Peters.
All right,
playing the
Parker,
corner.
you got your work cut out for you, buddy.
We got a power eye here with a first down. Give it to the tailback.
There it is.
Drives up the middle. Nice job by Dylan Welsh coming up to stop at that. He was headed over the 50-yard line, and Dylan met him. What looked like Eddie Camp on the ground there.
Eddie Camp held him, and
Swanson, I believe Calvin was in there as well.
Dylan Welch finishes him off, but they get another 6 yards, 4 yards anyway. 4.5, close to 5. Bo's trying to move those chains. No score for Bo in this game. They have to get on the board.
Well, now they've got
big second down.
Twins to the right. They've got their offset eye. Give to the fullback.
Right there, number 2. They hit him at the line. He's not going anywhere.
He gets hit. He spins, and he ran into number 19 out there. Made the final lick on him. Matt Cleary.
Matt Cleary. 2's going off the field. Helmet came off. Forward progress is right to the line of scrimmage. So they're going to be 3rd.
About 6.
A long 6.
Big play here. Plymouth's got to gain some momentum and get going offensively again. They got kind of shut down by Bo.
Jeffrey Lyford coming out now, Michael. He's been a monster in that defensive line.
We
got a little kink in the back.
Calvin Swanson's limping to the side, too, being taken out by Brendan Neiman. And
Neiman's coming in. Swanson's coming out, wondering what's going on here.
That ain't good. It looks like maybe an ankle.
Plymouth has got to stiffen it up right here.
Oh.
Bend but don't break, Plymouth. 3rd down, a long 5. Right at the 50-yard line for Plymouth. Bo trying to take control, get back in this ball game.
Bo's gone into a wing T. And the back.
Fake right there. The quarterback keeps it.
And he takes off, and he's going.
He's got some wheels.
And he's in for a touchdown. That was the quarterback.
Wow.
Quarterback keep on that.
Alexander Beauvoir, senior, 160-pound quarterback, took off down the side. He fooled everybody, Mike.
Yeah.
But he got the wheels. Fooled everybody, got the wheel. That's a big boost for Bo, getting on the board right now. Their first offensive series.
He does, and I would think that they'd use that quarterback more. If they're going to throw, roll him out, because then he can always throw or run.
He's got wheels.
Obviously has the speed. He hadn't shown that kind of speed thus far, but he certainly showed it then. That was a great run.
Great call by the coach. Great play, well executed. And we're going to see if they can get an extra point here with a kick.
Eric Goodwin, the kicker, number 72. The ball is up, and it is no good. Off to the right. It's a game of points.
Kicking game.
14-6.
Kicking game is so important. You think they get somebody off their soccer field. They got a great soccer team here. Get a kid to start kicking for you. We've had Pete Winkstead off the field. Will the Thrill. Got him backed up by Gianni. So that's a big point, Michael.
Well, I think that the time is taking its toll. So I'm looking at some of these offensive, defensive linemen. They look a little bit tired, which I wouldn't blame them. But you got to figure it out.
Good series run by Bo.
We still got over 20 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, plenty of game time left. 14-6. Bo is finally on the board at the 8-minute 33 mark.
Well, not saying they're going to do it or they should, but I don't think I'd want to kick it to Dylan Welsh. Who knows? Maybe Bo has a trick up their sleeve here.
Jay Crowley's back there now. I think because Joe Peters is not on the field. He got dinged up in the first half. They took him off in the cart. So you're going to get Crowley, Dylan Welch. They're not going to kick it to Dylan. I think you're right. They know better.
I mean, squib kick is probably the best thing for them to do at this point, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully they'll kick it back to Dylan.
Well, they don't have much of a kicker. If you can't get the extra point, this big number 72 has got to put a leg on it. That's pretty good. It's a squibber.
He does squib it, and it comes to
Picks it up to
Jake.
Crowley, looking for a little room. Coming to the right. You got a little room on the sideline.
Nice job.
I don't like the way he
Crowley.
carried that football. It looked a little dangerous, Mike.
Hey, it's just a loaf of bread.
It's not a loaf of bread. Good return by Crowley. Puts him in good position at their, our 40?
About 40, 41-yard line.
Not bad.
And there was no return set up this side, so.
For first-time duty, he did a good job.
Well, he's athletic. He's got good speed. He's got good hands.
And he held on to that loaf of bread. That's
All right,
important.
So we're 1st and 10 from the Plymouth 41.
Curtis Cross going to get something going here. Got to answer that 6 points. Bo just put up on the board. 8 minutes, 26 seconds, third quarter.
We got single fullback. We got double wings. And we got split white. And
there goes Welch. They tried to get him in the back.
Yeah.
He's looking to turn the corner.
Yeah,
Not going to let him go. He's going to lose some yards, Michael.
They strung it out. That's what they're taught to do, and that's what they actually did. So
he saw no opening to cut up, and they played that very well. The Bo defense, they must be jazzed. Halftime coaches did their job, and these kids are excited now, especially after scoring.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe a trap or two.
Ooh, love that
trap.
play.
Yeah.
You're right. They're setting them up for that. We got to be patient here. 14-6. Crowley out wide to the right.
Okay, we're in our
2nd and 12.
Speed sweep formation. Motion coming to us. Second, the fullback's
Right up the
break in
middle.
Great burst of speed.
What a run. Is that Ciotti?
Which 20 is that?
That is Ciotti.
20, 26, 24, 23.
What a great run. Anthony Ciotti.
Great run. That was
yeoman's work.
That was the same play as before, but they faked the speed sweep and the fullback took the ball up the middle.
That's the one he went 12 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah.
That was a great call.
Yeah. Well,
wow. Little breathing room, 3rd and 1 here, Michael. What do you do?
Off that formation, they can do 2, 3, or 4 different things as well as pass. So they've got some options, and we'll see what happens.
You want to move the chains right here. Just keep ball control.
3rd and 1, yeah.
Yeah, they're all tightened up here. Let's get a first down here, boys. Quick handoff
Fullback
right there,
has it.
looking to go his way. He's going to get it. He's over the line. He's still fighting.
Yeah,
Referee's got the mark.
Forward motion, he should have had the first down.
Tough play. Good run by Anthony Ciotti. He's a workhorse. Didn't do a lot last week, but the first week he carried the team, as you recall. It's coming off now.
We got a 1st and 10.
Moving the chains. That's a good one.
About the 48-yard line of Bo.
Into Bo territory now. Curtis in with the play. Fresh set of downs. There goes Crowley out wide.
And we got our fullback and 2 wings in the speed sweep formation.
There goes
Motion.
Dylan.
Dylan gets the ball. They try the same play again. He's
going to
breaks
turn
one
the corner.
tackle, breaks another tackle, and he's down to about the 45.
Got some yards on that. Run him out of bounds with a good maybe 4-yard gain.
Well, hopefully.
Did you say flag on the play?
Yeah, hopefully there's not a holding anywhere.
Yeah, it's probably a holding. What else could it be? Face mask?
It is. It's a hold on Plymouth. So that's
going to set us back a little. Replay the down after a 10-yard loss.
So it's 1st and 15.
Wow. Got to be smart here. We're on our own 44-yard line. Got to be patient and be smart.
More than that. What is it?
See what we got going here. Cal Swanson still on the sideline. May have gotten dinged up a little. Curtis in with the play. It's first down, Michael. Just be patient, right? Crowley's out wide. Haven't thrown him the ball yet. There goes Brock Tanner. He is back to pass.
Oh boy, Crowley got beyond.
Who's he got? Throws a.
Well, and the problem with that too is you had 3 receivers. I mean, Crowley had beaten his man. Number 80 is that Neiman?
Dylan was right there though. That was who the pass was to. But he overthrew him.
But the problem too is you bring other players in. They weren't spread wide enough. One's supposed to be shallow, one's medium, one's long.
But he's wide open. Put the ball on the numbers. He's got it, and he's motoring. Not bad. Tough pass. He's going to go back in now with another play. 2nd down.
We're double tights now. Looking at our power to the right. Quarterback's
going to run again. Maybe run it.
That's good. Good call. Good call. Get him out of bounds.
Gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a little longer. Gives us 3rd and about, I don't know, 9 or 10. Back into Bo territory. Got to make something work here, Michael. 5.5 minutes in this 3rd quarter. Move the chains again. You got control of this ball game. The clock on your side.
In the past, they've had some plays like a tight end delay, tight end screen.
Or that counter. Counter's fun. Maybe do the counter.
If you can move the big guys inside. And,
Crowley's out wide left. No, he's back to pass again.
And it's
little screener over to Dylan.
And it looks like he hit the ground.
The ball or his knees?
I don't know. I think the ball did.
Oh, that's too bad. We're going to punt this one away, Mike. First punt of the game. Who's punting for us?
Number 10.
Yeah.
Parker Eastman.
Parker Eastman, who can throw the ball. Good time for a fake. I don't know a lot about football, but I'll take a chance here.
Well, it was a couple of yards maybe, but we were looking at 10.
Yeah, this is a big play here.
And we want field position, so if he can get them back.
Not a bad ball.
That's a quick turnover.
Fields it on the fly, going down the sideline. What a heck of a block right there by number 41.
And he had his head across the shoulders. It was not a clip, I think.
No, it was a good block.
Jake
Took
was
him
looking
right out
for a call, but he had his head on the right side.
Bo takes over now. Going to be at the Plymouth.
Nope.
40.
Bo territory still.
43-yard line. Bo. 43-yard line for Bo. 5 minutes, 13 seconds in the 3rd quarter. 14-6. Plymouth holding on to this lead. It's been a dogfight, Mike.
It's going to be a great time.
It's been a dogfight. These teams are evenly matched.
Okay.
There's that.
And off the backside back, he didn't get very far.
Ran into a wall.
Parker Eastman did a good job coming up quick on that.
I think that was Eddie Camp again right there.
Yeah.
Number 54, the captain.
Stokowski closed down on him too, so you know you don't usually get tackled by one Bobcat. Usually there's about 3 or 4 of them there. So
2nd and long, no gain on that play.
now they got twins to Plymouth's left. Got that offset I formation. And they
Again
give
up
to
the
second
middle.
back, and he is
Caught
met
by Stokowski.
Stokowski. Don't throw him forward, Stokowski. Well, Tyler lost grip on him and close to a first down, but he met him at the line of scrimmage, thought he had him, and the kid kept his feet, ran hard. And now the Falcons are looking at...
Good game by Bo.
Falcons a little bit short.
Tyler had him wrapped up. Didn't bring him down. He got to put his weight right on him. 3rd and short. Big play here, Michael. Just in Plymouth territory at the 49-yard line. 3 minutes, 49 seconds in the 3rd quarter.
Here's their double tight T backfield. This is their power. Plymouth shifts, but they don't jump straight ahead.
Right there, quick one. He's not going to get the first down, Michael. No way.
Depends where they give him the spot.
Well, I can see better from here than anybody out there, can I?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I don't know a lot about football, but I tell you what I'm looking at, it's going to be 4th down. Defense stood up on that one. I think they have to go for it anyway. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. 14-6. I mean, you can look at it 2 ways. You can either try to get them down with bad field position for Plymouth.
3 minute, 13 and counting. 4th down. Bo just in Plymouth, inside Plymouth territory. Big 4th down play here, trying to keep their offense on the field. 2 wideouts on the far right, Michael. Quarterback keeps it.
And
easy, big gain. This kid is more of a weapon than I think that people realize. He's quick.
Yeah. Yep.
This number 12 is having a good night. He came out second half fired up.
Well, it's funny.
Got his team going with a big run. That was for what, 40, 50 yards?
Yeah. I haven't seen too many quarterbacks do the sneak on first down this year. Plymouth hasn't used it. The other teams haven't used it. That was the first time, but you know, when you're that short, first down, especially when you're facing a 4 front, you know, the center's uncovered.
Big gap right there.
He's uncovered. Now they just brought a linebacker up in the middle. Number
2 trying to go wide. They're going to hold him up on the line. He's breaking away. He's going down the right sideline, Michael. Finally get him out of bounds. Bo is getting some great offensive production right now.
Well,
Logan Gordon.
And there is a flag.
Hopefully we'll get a break on this one, but the Plymouth kids have got to wrap up.
Got to wrap up. They're hugging him. Can't hug him. Got to wrap him up. You're exactly right. What's this call going to be?
Well,
it's a big call.
looks like personal foul against Plymouth.
Late hit?
Don't know.
Hit him out of bounds?
Don't know.
Wow. Puts him inside the 10, doesn't it?
Half the distance to the goal will be first down for the Falcons at the Bobcats 9.
So,
1st and goal from the 9-yard line.
you know, and the Plymouth kids have been in this position at the end of the first half.
Twice.
And now they're there again, and it's, you know, you can only stop the flow so many times. And quite frankly, if I was Bo at this point, I think they've got enough power and size to
pound it,
to push it in.
9 yards,
yeah.
4 downs.
And they're in their T double tight backfield. Tight ends.
Bo knocking on the door. Here's a penalty. Could be delay a game. Took too long.
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a break. You're going to put him back 5 more yards?
Back to the 14.
First down from the 14-yard line. A little more breathing room for the defense here. Bo cannot make these mistakes, Michael. Not against Plymouth. First down. 2 minutes, 11 seconds in the 3rd quarter. Bo is down 14-6, knocking on the door.
Backside halfback, he gets run
Holy
sideways.
cannoli.
Great play.
What a play.
I believe that was Caden Sanborn. I think that was 64.
Eddie Camp, number 54, the captain.
Was it 54 or 64?
Manners on the carry.
My eyes are a lot older than yours, but I thought that was 54. Eddie Camp breaking through. But
Well,
it wouldn't surprise me if it was Caden Sanborn.
It would be more likely since Caden plays that defensive end, and they spread that they spread that play out
That's a great defensive play, Michael. Just when you need it.
big time.
What are they on now?
2nd and 18.
17-yard line?
Yeah.
Going up the middle with number
Backside
2.
halfback, he gets maybe 3.
They wrap him up.
3rd down. This quarterback, what he just showed us when he ran for that touchdown, I would get him outside and try to either.
Well, Matt Cleary was in on that one. You're right. So the pounding ground right here.
So
We're talking about a 3rd and 15 here. 3rd and goal from the 15, Michael.
And it is
He's
just
got to throw one here, no?
4 down territory. The speed that kid's got, I think I'd do a play action. I have him go out. He's got
With the quarterback. I agree.
twins left, twins right, one back in the backfield.
First time we've seen this formation. He's back. He's going to pass.
And he's
Rolling out, looking for
He's
some
rolling.
room.
He throws the ball. And
No
incomplete.
good. Right through his
Incomplete.
arms.
He had
No
it was-
flag on the
It
play.
was good pressure. Good pressure. Eddie Camp was chasing him down, and Matt Cleary, and they did a nice job. So we got 4th and 15 now.
Brock Tanner was back on defense. He would have knocked him out of bounds if he did get it. It wouldn't have been in there. They got to go 4th now from where? The 15? Plymouth stiffens up inside the 20.
Yeah.
That's what they showed us tonight. No backing down with this defense. Tom Lamb has got him tuned in here.
They're going for a field goal. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a fake here.
Well, who's holding? Let's get the number. Oh, quarterback.
Of course.
That's
But
a good call.
The kicker at number 72, we saw what happened with the extra point in the kickoff.
Not a kicker.
I'm thinking that's a wolf in a sheep's clothing out there. I think we.
Well, with the quarterback back there, you got a lot of options.
That's right.
He's that fast.
Well, he's fast.
He could run it. He could throw it.
Yeah, he's fast, and I'm sure that Coach Lamb has talking to his boys about that.
They've held their ground. They don't take the bait.
Well,
they haven't been fooled yet.
I think that you maybe come from the outside, but you also let him kick it. If he can put it out from 25 yards, I'd be amazed. I mean, based upon what we've seen so far.
I'm going with your fake. I think it's more likely. I think they have a better chance with the fake.
Yeah.
They're on the 15-yard line, right? Goal to go, 4th down.
Yeah.
Plymouth has shut him out.
Well, not
inside
only that,
their 20.
It's more than 25 because they've got to go back about 7 yards to kick it. So now we're talking 32 yards.
Yeah, not going to happen. This quarterback's going to take off with it.
Maybe it's less than that, but
No, you're right. This quarterback's going to take off with it. Watch. Look at what I tell you.
And they're coming.
Hold him.
Ball.
Deep in the end zone. No good. No flag on the play. Out of bounds. Plymouth defense stands tall, Michael. You called that play, though. You knew the quarterback. He was their best option.
I don't know much about football.
No, I'm not that knowledgeable. No, but that was a good call. You saw it coming because we know 72 can't kick or whatever number he is.
And Coach Lamb had 2 guys coming off the corner, towards the quarterback.
Got right in his face.
Yeah.
Gave him no time.
No one was going after the kicker.
Plymouth defense holds him off and takes over.
And now what they've got to do is they got to put a good drive in and pound the nails in. It's 39 seconds to the end of the 3rd quarter, and if they can get up the field a little bit and then take the ball
You've got to
in
move
again,
the chains.
They.
You've got to move the chains.
Because Bo's
Tom Lamb's defense is giving you this opportunity.
Bo is chomping at the bit. And
they're a good team. They're a good team.
Yeah.
Plenty of time left, but they are a good team. We have got to move the chains here. Right up the middle.
Full back up the middle.
Getting us out of the hole. Is that Ciotti again? Number 24. Anthony Ciotti. Good run. No flags. Picked up, 4 yards maybe.
Yeah.
Down to 26 seconds in the 3rd quarter. This is where Plymouth got to grind it out, Michael. That's where you kill the clock.
Yeah.
Grind it out and get some more points.
We have a Bo player on the field injured.
Can't see the number from here. It's funny, I can see how many yards they gained, but I can't see the number from here.
Well, he is lying down. So.
Referees are very helpful, by the way. They're doing a good job tonight. Very well played game, clean game. I want to know what that personal foul was on the sideline down there to put him on the 9-yard line. That was dangerous. That's something that we don't do.
No, but it looked like somebody may have fallen on top of him out of bounds.
Yeah.
So maybe a late hit.
It's number 64 getting up. Or 54, which one? Hollis Jones, number 64, walking off.
Yeah, he may have gotten the wind knocked out of him. Or
he's a guard and linebacker.
He is limping a little bit.
It's a 50 or a 60, I can't tell from here. Yeah, he got dinged up. Take a break, he'll be back, I'm pretty sure.
So we're looking at 2nd and 5 with 22 seconds left. And the clock is running. Plymouth's going to let it run out and take over at the beginning of the 4th quarter.
Nothing wrong with that. Well, the Plymouth defense showed up tonight, Michael.
Certainly have.
I mean, everything you asked of them, they've held their own. Yeah. They're toughest inside the 20. Bend but don't break. They held them off.
You know, the other thing, they run a waggle and they run a couple of pass plays where they can utilize one of the backs out of the backfield and not going deep, but just going out into flats. And a lot of times they've got running backs that have got the speed and the quickness, and if they've got 5 yards with nobody on them, and they can get the ball in their hands.
Curtis has missed it a couple times with them wide open there. So he's got 0 in on it. Go nice and easy, and don't try to get too much. Yeah. Just keep the clock moving.
Well, back in the old days, they called it the swing pass, and Plymouth, I think, could benefit from that. You got a kid like Dylan Welsh and the other running backs. These guys are going to catch it and go. And I know it's in the arsenal.
Make the easy play and just move the chains. 4th quarter, Plymouth 14-6 lead. A well-fought game down in Bow under the lights on a Friday night. Beautiful evening. We've got a massive crowd here, Michael. A big crowd supporting that family. Nicholas Willett being honored tonight. Kids are playing their hearts out for him. Plymouth's going to take over. It's going to be 2nd down and about 6, Michael.
Yeah.
They got to get out of this hole and move those chains.
Well, they've switched number 12. Number 12 was playing man-to-man on Jake Crowley. They moved 14 over there and put 12 back as a free safety. This is 2nd man
running
through.
Play, getting some yards. Going to stand them up.
Put the head down.
I think that was Ciotti, if I had a guess. Yep. Anthony Ciotti, number 24. Runs hard.
3rd and about 3.
Oh, yeah. This is a big play here, Michael. You don't want to give up possession. Punt it away. Got to move these chains. It's all important. $11 minutes, 20 seconds. So 4th quarter, time is running. Plymouth a 14-6 lead.
Speed sweep is set up.
There it goes. You're going to cut it up the middle.
That's the trap.
He's got the room.
And he's gone. Oh, no, he got caught. Boy, oh, boy, he got caught.
What a great saving tackle by Bo.
That was the trap we've been looking for.
What a great call right there.
And it was run to perfection.
Benjamin Barubi for Bo. Saved him, his team, 6 points right there. Dylan Welch was flying. Yeah. That was a great tackle. Great defense by Bo, but we're moving the chains, Michael.
Well, and again, this is potentially and we got a player down for Bo. It looks like, I don't know if it's number 2, which would be too bad. Because
he's their speed merchant, yeah.
He's good.
He's a both-way player. He's trying to limber up out there.
But Plymouth now is possibly turning the tide here. They're getting a little more motivation with a big run like that.
That was a great call.
And now they
that was a great call.
Yeah, and now they're not back in their own territory too deep, so they're in Bow territory.
Right.
And now they can go to work with some various things.
2 goes off the field. That's going to be a loss for Bo. This kid is offense and defense.
Yeah.
Logan Gordon.
He will have to go off for a play anyway. And he's looks like he's walking okay, but.
No, he's been good all night for Bo. Big contribution both on defense and offense. And 14 made that. Benjamin Berube made that saving tackle on Dylan Welch, who was gone up the middle.
Okay. 1st and 10 on the 46 of Bow. Plymouth coming to the line. We got Crowley split to the right.
Boy, that was a good call by Sanborn, I'll tell you.
And we
Give
got
some breathing room.
Flanker right motion. We're going weak side. Hand
Dylan
off.
right there again. He's going to get some yards.
They took the right halfback. Dylan lined up in the right halfback spot, and then he shifted over to the left side, and they ran a straight handoff, 17.
And the clock is running, Michael. 2nd down along 7-8 yards.
So.
Clock is running. 10 minutes, approaching 10 minutes. This is where Plymouth has to excel with ball control, kill the clock, and put some points up on the board. That's been the blueprint.
Okay, well, we're in a tight formation here, a 200 formation where we have a wing back. And our right end jumped. That's too bad. That's tough. That's tough.
Brandon Neiman
took away the 5 yards.
Took away the 5.
5-yard penalty result in 2nd and 12.
Pretty well played game by Plymouth tonight.
Yeah.
First offsides or motion they've had. They had that personal foul call. I'd like to know what the heck that was. Curtis back in now with a long 11, 12 yards to go. 2nd down. We're in Bow territory. This is a place you want to start thinking about moving the chains again.
Okay, so we're in that double tight formation, power right. And it's our fullback.
Ciotti is going to get some yards back. Back to the original line of scrimmage up there, another 4 or 5 yard gain maybe.
Backside pulling guard, Eddie Camp took his man for a ride about 7 yards back.
3rd down now, Michael, with a long 8.
Well,
Curtis coming in, but at the...
Actually, it's 3rd. Okay, 3rd and 9 they're saying now. Okay, there we go. Yeah, just inside the
3rd
10.
and 9. Same as a long 8, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. 8 and a half.
Long 8.
8.5 plus a half.
What the heck? It's a big play right here.
Okay.
I don't know if we're 4 down territory. Probably not. Hands it off up the middle. There goes.
It's the trap.
Is that Dylan Welch?
It's the trap again.
What a great run.
Again.
Hits the hole. Gets that opening. Takes off.
Tackle trap.
Dylan Welch.
Very well executed. Yeah, Dylan,
Big play, moving the chains, Michael.
Dylan's not just fast, he's also quick, and he's got great field perspective.
That was a great run.
And
Boy.
that was just what we needed at that time.
Another great call by Sanborn. That offensive team is just we're down to 8 minutes and 30 seconds, Michael, when the chains are moving. We got another 1st down. We're on the Bow 35-yard line. Knocking on the door.
And coach is staying, he's not spreading anybody out. He's staying tight, up tight. They're running at the tackles. We had a little fullback straight ahead, but doesn't look like he got much on that.
No, that faked me out.
Yeah.
Ciotti was right there, got stood up by the Bow defense. They recognized it right away.
And again, I think that going off tackle is probably the best way to make yardage with these guys. They got some pretty big guys in the middle.
No gain. 2nd and still 10. And the clock is running, Michael. We're under 8 minutes. That's key. Keep the running game going. Dylan Welch, when you need him, comes up big.
Well, the other thing, too, we got Will Fogarty. And if we get the ball close enough and Will can put one through,
I would love it.
It's up 17-6.
I would love it.
With probably about 5 minutes left, so we'll see what happens.
That would be exciting. I'd love to see him do that. I'd rather see a touchdown, but we'll take what we can get. 2nd down and 10. Quick pitch out there.
Right.
Turning it upfield. Ciotti gets cranked. Late hit over there, no call. Picks up some good yards, though.
He got about 3 or 4 on that.
It looks like he got more yards from up here, Michael.
Yeah.
They're not marking it correctly. I mean, I don't know much about football, but still. Inside the 32-yard line of Bo. Big 3rd down, another long 7 yards, Michael.
Big both ways.
This could be 4-down territory, no?
I would imagine, but they need to pick up at least half of this now, I think. And
there it is.
The trap one more time.
You love going off that tackle. It works every time, Michael. That's a good run right there.
Well, I think now we were looking at 4th.
Yeah, you got to put some thought into this one. At the 26-yard, 7-yard line.
I got to tell you, if they're not covering our center, I really like a quarterback sneak on first sound. And,
for 4 yards?
Yeah, well, it's less than that. It's more like 2. 4th and 2.
Can Curtis call the audible?
I don't know if they've worked on that yet.
They might have. We're approaching 5 minutes and 50 seconds in the 4th quarter here. Plymouth on a big 4th down play.
No, they've got everybody filled in. That's
quick pitch going to the outside. He cuts it up the middle, and he's taken off.
He's gone
He's
off.
going to go all the way. Hey.
Great cutback.
Anthony Ciotti. Off tackle, like you said, his opening, and he cuts it back.
That's huge.
Wow.
You know, one thing I've seen this
Just
year.
when you need it.
One thing I've seen this year is a lot of cutback, and I really like the way they're seeing the field. A lot of times, you put your head down and you run, but these guys have cut back, broke against the grain, and it's been effective. So
looked like he had the 1st down.
Yeah.
If he laid down right there, he got knocked down, but cuts it back for the 6.
But again,
what a bonus.
He's a wrestler.
He's a wrestler. Good balance. Good vision.
We got Will Fogarty.
Will the Thrill going to put one on here. I don't think he's missed one this year.
Nope. And
I don't want to jinx him. Of course, that's
shot.
good.
21-6, Plymouth Bobcats with 5.5 minutes left in the game.
That was a terrific offensive series. Chewed up about 6 minutes anyway. What a great play.
I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Fogarty do a shorter kick, maybe something short and low that they've got to handle inside the 20.
Let's see if their number 2 is back there for him. He's been receiving them all night, but he did get a little dinged up. He might not be back there. Logan Gordon, who's been on the field, defense and offense, got a little dinged up. Don't know if he's coming back out. But Will the Thrill could put it, like you said, anywhere he wants and go long. He could squib it. What a great offensive series. Great call by Coach Sanborn.
Well, and that's exactly what they needed. This was huge.
I thought they'd just get the 1st down and just keep grinding. Yeah. But Ciotti just takes it to the house.
He obviously didn't listen.
No, takes it to the house. He's having a great night.
He is. Well, he's a tough kid, and he's going to play every play the same. You're going to get 100% out of him. He's not going to give up. And that's the kind of kid you got to watch him, because they're going to break something like he did just then.
Will the Thrill going to put one on.
So they have 3
They got 3 guys deep, and number 2 is not back there. He did get dinged up. He's on the sideline. He's their speedster. 45 has been a powerhouse tonight. It's a long one. They're going to field it on the fly.
But the 10-yard line. And this is a good run back.
Number 22.
Okay. Gianni Ciotti came in for a nice backup help there.
It's a good return, though, Michael. Almost to the 40. Gave his team a chance. 5 minutes, 26 seconds. Bo's taking over. They're down 21-6, Michael.
Well, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little more activity with number 12 quarterback.
He is a threat.
They got to make something happen.
I think
here.
he's got more going than they're allowing him to do. I don't know who their backup quarterback is.
Well, the thing is, they can't grind it out and chew up time because they haven't got enough points.
They don't have the time.
They've got to score quick and then onside kick.
He's the only one listed as a quarterback. Oh no, we got another one here who's a 9th grader.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go to the 9th grader. But this quarterback, number 12, he's a big part of this offense.
He's legit. They're going twins to the left, Plymouth right, single back. We can expect to see the
that
ball
Ryan Lover, number 45, is very tough.
We can probably expect to see either throwing the football, he's dropping back, short pass.
Too much time.
Plymouth kids are on him. He gets a good block from his fullback.
Tyler's going down there.
And the ball's up and
way out of bounds. No good.
Incomplete.
That was Tyler Stokowski, big number 77, putting the pressure. And I think Matt Cleary joined him, made him throw it away, and was not an accurate pass.
I wouldn't be surprised, as far as running plays, the option they ran really, really well. And that's
hitting that number 45 in the flat. Yeah. He's a horse. Get him a short ball in the flat. He could run.
Yeah. The thing is, they've got to score quick because they are down by 15 points, which means they've got to score 3 times, or going for extra points 2. They could get it if they scored.
3 out wide left now, Michael. I haven't seen that before. He's back. He's going to pass again.
And they're going to swing pass or try it.
He's going to get hit right there by Kador. Right there, number 61.
Javon Kador.
Javon Kador, great tackle. He is quick. Another wrestler.
And I'll tell you, in the off season, he's been lifting. He's looked strong.
Ninth grade, he got all baby fat. He got rid of all the baby fat. No, and now he's a monster.
Yeah, I think you and I got it.
Oh my goodness.
We're looking at 3rd and 10.
That's
looks like
a big
3rd
loss.
and 11. Looks like. The 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12.
According to the man on the
3rd
clock.
and 12. 4 minutes, 53 seconds.
So they can't afford to turn the ball over.
Bows from their own 36-yard line. Trying to move the chains. It's not happening. 12 is back to pass again. He's going to. Just missed him. Caught it, but to no gain. Who was down there?
Great coverage.
Number 7, Brady Lover. His pass is incomplete.
Parker Eastman in on defense right there with Kador.
No, that was Crowley. He picked that.
Number 10 was down here. Yeah. He put the pressure on the quarterback.
Right. Well, the tackle, though, the coverage was on the,
Jake
on the
Crowley.
top side was Jake. Yeah, he did a great job.
Yep.
I mean,
if he caught it, it would have been no gain anyway.
Yep. So we're looking at 4th and 11 or 12. And
it's desperate times right now for Bo. Can't generate any offense.
Bo, they've got to go for this. And I would expect to see number 12 somewhere in the mix here. He's not getting the protection he needs. He's dropping
There it
back.
is.
Guy in the middle.
Kador's going to run him down. He goes long.
Great job on defense.
Defense right there. Who was that? Number 20? Calvin Swanson back on the field playing great defense, Michael. Broke it. Oh, that better not be interference. No way.
No, it's against them. Probably a holding penalty when your quarterback gets in trouble like that. Guys will do whatever they can to help. So Plymouth now should just a little ground chuck.
They take over now.
Yep.
Tick, tick, tick. 4 minutes, 26 seconds. 21-6 lead. Close to what the Union leader said, no?
I believe so. I think it was 23-14, but it doesn't matter, I guess.
No, Plymouth showed up tonight, though, Mike. Coming down here under the lights. One less day of practice.
They did.
Honoring this young man. The whole community's here. It's the biggest crowd I've seen at a football game. And
like I said, the Plymouth defense has really showed up to give up only 6 points, and this Bow team is a good football team.
They are a good football team. They got a lot of good things going on. Plymouth has stood tall inside the 20 3 times. Denied them.
Full back around the 12.
There goes Ciotti
again. Must have picked up about 5 maybe on that. And this is what they need to do. everybody's going to be tired out there. Now when you know you got the lead and you can't give up the ball, you just suck it up and
approaching
keep
the
going.
4-minute mark. Possession is what it's all about, Michael. That's the Plymouth blueprint right here. Eddie Camp on the sideline. Got a little dinged up. Somebody in there for him. Curtis Cross going in with the play. Under 4 minutes now. Plymouth in complete control right now, Michael, from the Bow 33-yard line. Crowley out wide. They haven't thrown him anything all night, but he's played great defense.
They got the quarterback, number 12, on him. And backside fullback.
Dylan Welch.
Hit that hole hard and cut up. Nice
He
job.
got tripped up. He would have been gone. Dylan Welch. He's my go-to player tonight.
He's a skier. He knows to get down through the gates. He gets it north and south real quick, and that's a great quality to have in a running back.
Moving the chains, Michael.
And
approaching 3 minutes.
And Dylan's quick and fast as well, and the kid's in great shape.
And if I know Coach Sanborn, he's not looking to score here. He's not looking to score. He's going to run the ball and just kill the clock. But Dylan Welch is my guy tonight. He started things off breaking the ice with that great return. And that got Plymouth on the board right away. That looks like number 44.
Mason
Lassard. He's had some great runs so far this year.
Yeah, Mason's a tough kid.
He runs hard.
Another wrestler. And
we had that pick 6 last week.
He did. Yeah.
The week before, he had 6-8 runs for 80 yards. He's making a contribution tonight, too.
So we're looking at 2nd and 12.
Approaching the 2-minute and 30-second mark. Take all the time you want, Coach. 30 seconds every play. Crowley going out wide to the right.
One more first down will end it, but see what happens.
Mason Lassard in the backfield. Gets it again. Getting off tackle, fighting his way for a couple yards. He reminds me of Ian Trider, who didn't go backwards.
No.
I don't know how he did it, but he gets his yardage. We got a timeout here. Timeout, Bo.
Falcons.
Timeout with 1 minute and 59 seconds left. Plymouth in command, 21-6 on the last offensive series by Anthony Ciotti. Had that cutback run, Michael, that essentially put the game away. Yeah. Looking for a first down, but he goes to the house, and that's the margin that Plymouth needed.
Well, and that's the thing. When you've got more than one back, and Plymouth's got 3 or 4 kids that are quick and fast and can run. You can keep fresh horses in there all the time so they can run, play at their peak, and they're tough. They're tough, real tough kids. And they got an offensive line that's been doing a great job, and they're no slouches. We got Stokowski's 6'6", 250. Eddie Camp is around 235.
Great captain. No, I'm glad you mentioned those guys.
Sanborn is about. He might be about $170 maybe.
And they're all two-way players.
Yeah.
Tough two-way players.
And the Sanborn kid is smart, and you pretty much the smartest guy on the field.
He's been playing since freshman year.
Is going to be your offensive center, because they generally make the calls on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he makes no mistakes. Great on defense too, but
and Jeff Lyford is in there doing a great job as well.
He had a big night. I agree. Lyford has some big stops.
Okay, so 3rd and 10. Looks like 3rd and 9 to me, but
long 9.
We got the pitch outside, and nice stop.
Stuffed him. Going to be for a loss.
Okay.
And they're calling timeout, Bo. 1:52 left.
Yeah, and I think Bo
could be their 3rd timeout, so they're not giving up, but been a tough night for them. Met a formidable defense tonight, Michael. The hero of the game tonight is the defense, and Dylan Welch I'm going with.
Yeah, I would.
Those two.
I would concur.
Matt Cleary, number 19, going in. Will Fogarty, number 86. I don't know what he's doing in there. Is it 4th down?
I think we got a Bow player down over there, and that's why they're.
Will Fogarty on the field on 4th down. I would have a hard time.
Let's talk about a field goal.
It could be practice, but I have a hard time thinking that Sanborn would bother. I mean, the game's over.
Yeah, but the thing is you need to practice those things.
I agree. No, for that reason alone.
And that's why you got to do it.
For that reason alone.
I mean, I don't think Will has had an opportunity for a field goal this season. He's done the extra points, and he didn't play the second game. And,
we don't do a lot of field goals. But I would like you. I would say let's put one up there. Let's practice. Give him a chance because might be a game situation where you really need it and you're down one.
Yeah. And this is in his range. Will can kick that ball pretty well.
We'll see. He's just coming off the Leb field where I think they got spanked. Hate to mention it, but he's off the soccer field just a couple hours ago. But he's a gamer, tough kid.
Well, he's got two parents
Double duty.
that are smart and they're mentally tough.
Yeah, that's true.
Julie and Jay, I know they are. And
no, they're very positive people, and they're very forward thinking, and they get things done. And Will is not out there. 4th down, you could have. Anthony Ciotti's in the backfield.
And the backside is coming. He's throwing
way deep. And it's going to be caught.
A great catch by Jake Crowley for a touchdown.
Threw one pass to him tonight, Michael.
Jake was being covered pretty well. That ball was thrown kind of the back, looked like the back shoulder of Crowley, and he turned around and grabbed it. That was a
Jake was the only one who could get it.
Yeah.
But that was icing on the cake.
Yeah.
What a finish.
Yeah.
Jake Crowley, they're getting tuned up for the next big game. What a play. Will the thrill. Fogarty's going to put the extra point up. Hold is up. It's good. 28-6, Michael, with 1:46 to go. Plymouth well in hand. What a great game by Plymouth tonight.
It's been a great game. They've made very few mistakes.
They showed up against a very emotional, and the whole community's here. A tough night for Bo.
Well, even when the interception was thrown, the defense still held.
They held.
And they scored on the quarterback keep, and that fellow went right down the sideline. There were a few plays I thought we'd see a little more of in the second half, but we didn't from Bo.
Bo's got a promising season ahead. They got all the horses.
Yeah.
The quarterback should be, I think like you, he can contribute a lot more. He's got wheels. And they're a good team.
Well, and the other thing with the quarterback, if he is the only quarterback they really have, they may not want to use him too much in terms of that. Once in a while, but if he goes down, we don't know what's coming behind him. So.
Yeah, 9th grader.
Yeah.
Brady Lover, number 7.
Yeah, and that's tough. 9th graders.
Yeah, you can't put him on the spot there. Eddie Camp's taking a breather on the sideline after Yeoman's work tonight. Great job, Captain Eddie Camp. Hopefully nobody's really injured. We know Joe Peters got dinged up. Hopefully he can play again this year. Will the throw with
and he squibs it, which is what we want. And there the ball goes back to the end zone.
Got it down it.
And it's
great play.
And that's perfect. We're looking at 1:46 left in the game. 28-6, the Bobcats, and the kids have played a great game. We've seen 3 weeks of great football, well controlled, great play calling by Coach Sanborn, defense on top of their game.
Tom Lamb had them ready.
And we also hats off to John Sullivan, Mike Boyle.
And you special teams got Dylan down the sideline for that big 6.
You got Coach
broke
Cass,
the ice.
Coach Cass.
No, they have a real good brain trust there.
Corey Hilton does a great job with the kids. Mike Bounds.
Number 12 in the shotgun now, Michael.
Yeah.
A terrible
snap was bad.
Terrible from center. He's going to break out.
Quarterback.
He's going to go down the sideline, get a little room. Looking to go down the sideline. He's going to run out of bounds wisely. Over into Plymouth territory. Good run. That kid, he's an offensive threat. But like you said, they don't have a backup.
Yeah,
they can't risk it. He was smart running out of bounds.
Took a bad snap, picked it up. He actually broke tackle and then jetted up the field. And
minute 35.
Dylan Welsh chased him out of bounds. I don't think he can outrun Dylan, but he's...
Bo trying to get on the board.
Yeah,
Number 45 back there with him. He's a real offensive threat.
They got twins, both right and left, so they're putting one back in the backfield with the quarterback.
Ryan Lover right there. He gives it to him.
Snap. They give him a
He
hand
is
up.
fast. Great run right up the middle.
Down
Picks
to
up about
35.
14 yards.
Ryan Lover on the carry.
Just took a few seconds off, 1:29, moving the chains inside Plymouth territory to the Plymouth 39. Seeing if they could get to pay dirt.
Well, you know, at times like this, a little desperation is kind of chasing you. So sometimes you can make mistakes throwing the football. They got
oh my
another
goodness.
bad snap.
Terrible.
And, oh, boy. And we got a clip. We got a flag on them.
Is he okay?
Yeah, it was. You know, it's funny. It was Lassard, I think, was in there.
Jeffrey Lyford got a whack in the back, it looks like.
Yeah.
Calvin Swanson back there, and Tyler Stakowski finished him off and got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And there was a flag?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And it was a clip. You saw it.
The laundry was flying. Personal foul.
Yeah, that's big.
Intentional.
That's big.
There we go.
I don't. There must. Could it be a new center?
Oh, I don't know.
He hasn't.
Well,
he hasn't gotten one back to him yet.
Well, we haven't seen that until now. So they never used the quarterback
shotgun. You're right. No, you're right.
It doesn't appear as if they've worked, you know, enough on it anymore.
No, you got to practice that. He's 0 for 2, putting his quarterback at risk. He's under center now. Back to pass, looking for somebody. Nice one.
Okay.
Gets out of bounds over there.
Crowley's right there.
Crowley playing good defense and won't let the guy get behind him.
We're under a minute now, 51 seconds. Clock got stopped on that.
What a ball game. Plymouth shows up. Jake Killian coming out, taking a little break, number 66. Big showing by this community, Michael. You look around. It's the biggest crowd I've seen at a game. A lot of support in this town, which is good to see. These kids are lucky.
They've got he's got his deep guys. Number 12, Corey Cross. I mean, Curtis Cross is in there in the secondary.
Yeah, don't let him behind you is all. That's the rule.
Parker Eastman, they're double teaming over here.
They're running on the fly. What a play. He almost had that. Oh!
Interference on the play? I believe that's going to be, they call an interference.
Late flag on the play. I don't know what it's going to be interference on Plymouth if I had to guess. Down to 45 seconds. We'll see what the call is. He's taking it back here.
Or it might have been offensive interference, but nope, I believe we're.
What could that be?
Here we go.
Interference? Push? So it's 15 from the yeah. So they don't take over where it happened.
Okay.
15-yard. You're going to move the chains. Going to be nope.
Plymouth 38.
Plymouth 38.
Still a lot of territory.
Second down.
We're down to 45 seconds.
45 seconds. Yeah. Let's see what they do here. It's going to be another pass if I had to guess. No flag.
No, and there shouldn't be.
Desperation pass.
Inadvertent contact on that, and
Curtis Cross back there playing good D. Went up there and put a hand on it and knocked it away.
22 Owen Burton is incomplete.
Anthony Barrett coming off, big number 74. Yeoman's work all night. These linemen go both ways, Michael. They don't come off the field. They're tough. They hold their ground. Defense showed up big tonight. 39 seconds. I think it's third down.
They have it says second and 9 there.
Second and 9?
Because of the penalty, I think they.
Back again. Looking to get away from him. He's scrambling, looking for room. He got grabbed on the back. Not letting him go.
That was
64.
64, yes.
Caden Sanborn.
Sanborn, big play. Big play. Nice
Did
job.
not give up on that play. Got up off the ground and grabbed him by the jersey, threw him down.
And what's good is that there's not a tearaway jersey, because that was a jersey tackle all the way.
So it went from
4th and 12.
Yeah, it's 4th. It was 3rd last down. 4th and 12. And time has just run out when they got the center, snapped it. Looking around back there.
I would be surprised.
Not going to let it, Matt Cleary's not going to let him get away with it. Javon Kador downs it way, big loss. That will end the game. Matt Cleary chased him. They got him back, about 20-yard loss.
The game is over. Plymouth.
What a great game by Plymouth.
We have a huge game coming up next weekend, I believe. With it'll be homecoming at Plymouth with Timberlane.
I think we tuned up for that contest.
Well, yeah, and
we get another day of rest.
Timberlane has everybody back from last year pretty much. They've been a great team. They're going to be real tough. They were tough last year in Plymouth. We pulled it out and beat them, but
well, I'm sure they're here taking notes.
And this was a test tonight. I think that Bo was tough, and a few things going the other way would have made it even closer game. But when we were looking at 14-6 in the second half.
Big plays tonight, but I got to give. We're going to look for an outstanding player. I'm looking at defense tonight, Michael, number 1.
I agree.
3 times inside the 20, holding Bo to nothing. And then they got to go Dylan Welch and special teams. When he breaks that, puts us on the board right away.
Yeah.
Mike Boyle came up with that play with the wall. And Dylan Welch had a breakout night tonight with a lot of yards won.
Well, there's going to be some celebration here tonight in honor of the Willett boy. And it's Plymouth sends its condolences to the Bow community and the Bow team. It's always very, very sad when things like this happen, but you go on because you have to. So we're going to have a tough game next week. Plymouth played great tonight. I think that, Paul, I think we're looking at being in pretty good shape through the season.
We got to look at the injuries. Eddie was out.
And looks like Joe
Peters, that's a big loss if he can't come back.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see, but kudos to Tom Lamb's defense.
Yeah.
They're my outstanding play tonight, along with Dylan Welch, just outstanding.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrew Fenn, our Pemmy Baker TV producer.
Are we all set there, Andrew? All right, folks, have a good night, and we'll talk to you next week.